Good morning, Steve Ewell, the Managing Director of the InfraGard National Members Alliance. Steve, welcome to IGTV, and why don't you take off from here?
Well, thanks, Joe, and thank you for having me on IGTV today. I really appreciate the work that you're doing to take the various INMA leaders and other experts from around the country and give them a platform by which they can voice some of the work that we're doing around the country. So I really appreciate everything that you're doing. As you mentioned, I took this job in December 2009, so I've been at it for about 9 months now. But I've been a member of InfraGard since about 2004 through the nation's capital IMA. So I've been lucky enough to be involved for a little bit, but it certainly has been a learning experience coming in over the last few months and getting involved with everything that we have going on around the country. I've really enjoyed it. Over the past year, we've grown the organization significantly. There's been over 5,000 new members. We're now up over the 40,000 mark nationwide for the membership list. We've added a new InfraGard Members Alliance, INMA, at the River region in Alabama, and we've got a number of other provisional INMAs looking at signing up. So there's a lot of interest around the country in the organization. There's a lot of interest in continuing to grow. So I think that's a significant statistic and something that we're looking to continue to support and look for more ways that we can continue to get the InfraGard name out there. So once again, things like IGTV, things like some of the other efforts that some of the IMAs have to do more communications and outreach are certainly helping us spread the message as far as what InfraGard is able to do. As you mentioned, we did complete our first InfraGard partnership with both the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI. That resulted in about 38 of our IMAs across the country participating and about 50 different programs occurring around the country. So we're in the process of gathering all the after actions from those events. The cutoff just happened earlier, I guess, end of last week. So we'll be compiling that report, and that's something that we're definitely looking at highlighting. We've definitely also continued to improve and expand upon the Regional Representatives Committee. We now have amongst the 6 different regions of the country, we're looking to hold monthly calls, and I've found that that's been a real success as far as the ability to really share when an IMA is having a problem or having an issue. They're able to raise it with other presidents around the country and really be able to learn from other people who are in a similar situation, as well as share best practices. So that's something that Bryant Tao and Lori Vendetti have done just an amazing amount of work on, and I hope that both of them are going to have an opportunity to be on the show in the next few weeks. So we'll continue to put the leaders up here, and they can talk specifics about some of these programs. One of the other areas that I'm particularly proud of over the last year is the new strategic plan that we've completed. So that is something that a lot of work went into. Ron Dick, the former INMA president, headed that up along with a collection of INMA and IMA leaders from around the country. It's broken down to a variety of different sections, including the organizational structure, efforts to enable the IMAs, collaboration, infrastructure protection and resiliency, training and outreach, and funding. Right now we're in the process of building out the committees that will work on the implementation. Some of those committees already exist and are getting underway. Others we're still building out. I'd just point out to people that the document is up on CyberCop if they would like to take a look at it. So we're definitely looking for more people to take a look at it, see how they can support, and we're looking for volunteers. So if any of your listeners are interested in getting involved with InfraGard and supporting programs along these lines, have them reach out to me. I'd be, we're always looking for volunteers, and this is a great opportunity to have a real significant impact on the organization. One other thing, we just recently held our elections. As you know, at our Congress, Alan Berg from Maryland and Sherry Donahue, who has been on the show from Kentucky, were elected to the board. We've also just elected Rich Garcia from Houston, who's another person who has been on your show in the past. to fill the seat that Donna Busella left when she took a job with DHS. So we're very excited about the three of them on the board. Michael Hirschman and Kathleen Kiernan were also reelected to the board of directors. So we really do have a strong board, and looking forward to another successful year with them. Amongst the officers, Kathleen was just elected to her third term as chairman. Diane Bradbury was elected to her second term as president. And then we had Joe Calvonico elected as treasurer, and Carla Hammer was elected as secretary. So we got a little bit of new blood in the officer positions, but that's a good thing, and it's something that we're also looking to take advantage of that energy and continue to build out across the country. I also think it's important to look at some of the geographic representation, you know, with Joe being from Chicago, Kathleen from Jacksonville, Carla, North Dakota, board members all over the country. So that's something that I feel is important as well, just to make sure that we're able to really listen to members from around the country. You know, just to also build on the relationship that we have with the FBI. We've got a new unit chief over the last few months, so there's really a lot of new people involved all over the organization, both the INMA side and the FBI side. But Angela Hahn, the new unit chief, has been doing just an incredible amount of work with us, been really easy to work with. She's also got a real good team over there, and all of them have been very supportive as well. And also looking up the chain at the FBI, we have a great amount of support going from, you know, Pete Trahan, the section chief, Steve Chabinsky, the deputy assistant director of the cyber division, Gordon Snow, the assistant director of the cyber division, and now that Sean Henry is headed back to FBI headquarters, he'll be the executive assistant director of the criminal cyber response and services branch. So those are a lot of important people that have been involved with InfraGard for a long time and have been supportive. So that's a good sign for our organization as we continue our relationship with the FBI. And as we're building up our relationship with DHS and other agencies around the country, those types of key stakeholders are really important to us. So I just want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to be on here. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about some of the things we have going on. I'd also encourage people to go to infraguardmembers.org. That's where we have the latest news items posted, including our monthly Chairman's Corner newsletter. We have an events calendar up on there, as well as information and contact information for all of our board of directors and officers. So once again, infraguardmembers.org is a good central place to get a lot of that information.
Yeah, Steve, certainly want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day and certainly arranging the schedule to have the other members of InfraGard you know, certainly appear on the program and things of that nature. We know this is a scheduling nightmare, if you would. So we certainly do understand that. We certainly appreciate you coming on as well, and I know you're going to be trying to schedule each one of the board members to come on IGTV so that you know, we get a full representation of the board. And our ability to put this, quite frankly, up on the blog is kind of interesting, because then it'll be there in memorial so that people can kind of look at it when they get a chance. We think that's kind of important. We don't want people coming to our national meeting saying, hey, I've never heard of any of these people. I wouldn't know them if I ran into them. You know, and I have no idea what they stand for. So, you know, this gives people a great opportunity to say, hey, you know, I've never met Steve, but I saw him on IGTV. I saw the blog, and I saw what his thing was. He sounds like a delightful guy. Gee, you know, maybe I should give him a call.